All right, welcome back and thank you for staying with eNCA. Now, a state witness in the Silindelo Meyiwa Murder Trial, that's Silindelo Masikane, is facing tough questions today. Masikane is one of those who were in the house on the night Meyiwa was killed in an alleged robbery. But under cross-examination, Masikane doesn't seem to remember the finer details around the events leading to the star's murder. Yesterday, he admitted that he didn't see who shot Meyiwa. So let's go to our reporter, Silindelo Masikane, who's been following this case closely in the High Court in Pretoria. Slee, let's start with the fact that at some point during cross-examination, Advocate Silindelo Masikane also brought in the National Director of Public Prosecutions and this pending decision around that second docket.
Yes, it's a contentious issue inside the courtroom as it stands, and we know, of course, that this docket was introduced actually in the beginning stages of this trial around May, and we know that docket 375 accuses those who were in the house as having a case to answer to. There's a draft indictment around that particular docket, but at least 2 letters were then introduced inside the trial where the DPP of public prosecutions in Gauteng was saying that look, we are awaiting the credibility findings of this trial before we make any decision on docket 375. But the first letter that was handed in had actually said that the docket had no merit and that it was a finding of a junior advocate in that office. And so what we are seeing now is Advocate Silindelo Masikane cross-examining Silindelo Masikane around this docket, accusing him of perhaps trying to protect himself because he knows that there is a possibility he may be charged after the findings of this trial. Let's just take a listen to Masikane with regards to docket 375.
There is a pending decision about you to be arrested, but it has not been taken. It has not yet been finalized. For you to be arrested, Mr. Masikane.
As a court, please.
And I can pick up that Silindelo Masikane himself was laughing there, Slee, as Advocate Silindelo Masikane said this to him. But what did the judge say when the state objected to this line of questioning?
So I think Judge Maumela is also trying to find a balance in terms of not trying to dictate to the defense on their line of questioning, but Advocate George Baloyi for the state is objecting vehemently against any line of questioning when it pertains to docket 375, saying that there has not any been decision that's been made, and Judge Maumela then also saying that perhaps the fact that no decision has been made on this docket, that we are arguing or asking questions to a witness with regards to a docket that essentially doesn't exist. Let's take a listen.
Mr. Masikane, are you testifying with an intent that your testimony should result in you not being charged?
Unikeza ufakazi ubheke ukuthi ke ufakazi bakho uzawugcina ngesinqumo sokuthi wena ke ungathweswa icala.
Ufakazi engimnikeza la akusikho lokho. If uDumelo wrong naye uzoya ejele. Angekho umuntu engimprotecta at all.
The testimony that I'm giving you is not about that. If it's Dumelo that is wrong, he has to go to prison. So there's no one that I'm protecting.
Please.
And just lastly, Slee, I mean, we were almost kicked out of proceedings today and it was going to be a media blackout. But of course, the judge making the decision that we are allowed back in. Is this another warning for the media?
Look, there was quite an intense meeting this morning with representatives from the media as well as their legal representatives, counsel and the judge in a boardroom close to the chambers, and just trying to iron out some of the issues that not only we've picked up as journalists in terms of the security around the courtroom. People are able to come in and out. It's open court proceedings, so you will find members of the public coming in. They don't know the rules around what we can and cannot do. They'll take pictures. So it seems there'll be more stricter measures then put in place to control the access into the courtroom. But of course, as the media, we've made an undertaking that, we're going to, as far as possible, respect the rules of the court. What had happened yesterday was an honest mistake. It was not intentional to broadcast the visuals of Silindelo Masikane, and so there's been an undertaking that there will be better measures in terms of ensuring that the orders of the court in terms of broadcast rules are respected. And in fact, Judge Meyiwa says that he very much welcomes the media in his courtroom. He just needs that rule. He needs that the rules must be respected, so that the processes and the proceedings are not interrupted by side issues like the one that we saw yesterday. So I think moving forward, we definitely have a better understanding as the media what is expected of us in court, and we've made an undertaking that what happened yesterday will never happen again.